Hello, Jetbons! Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. How are all of you doing today? It says, hello, Taco, hello, Isaac, hello, Phil. Merry Christmas in 10 days, I guess. How are all of you doing? How is everyone? It's fancy in winter. I am in a fancy, expensive winter cabin. And we're stuck in here in the snowfall or whatever. Yeah. yes. I hope you're all having a lovely or at least acceptable December. And yes, this is my last week before I must head off into the dark world of my parents' house for a week and a bit. So I spend Christmas and New Year's there. Which will be very nice. I'll get to eat lots of lovely food and sleep a lot, basically. Remembering what my gestures are. But yeah. It's been a year, hasn't it? It's been so much of a year. Everyone's all tired. Everyone's so tired. We're all extremely tired. And I don't blame anyone. I'm tired. You're tired. I have a 90% suspicion, 90% accuracy that anyone currently watching my stream is extremely tired because of the world has been happening. Too much has been happening this year. Too much stuff that nobody likes. But we made it. We made it. How do I? Oh no, I'm angry at the point with that hand. We made it to the end of the year, and that means something. That means something. What does it mean? It means you survived. It means we can make it through another year and another year, and as bad as things get, we can keep continuing because we have something. Some ineffable human spirit to survive versus adversity. Or some shit like that. Some sappy self-help stuff that you could hear from a billion other places. But sometimes it's true. Sometimes it is simply true of how that ends up being. Some of it's bullshit, but a lot of it is true. There's a lot of things people are like, oh, you gotta do these things to feel happier, and that turns out those things do actually make you feel happier, like going outside and exercising and eating healthily. All that shit does actually make you happier, even if it's hard to do. I know I struggle with it. I'm still struggling with it, but I'm gonna get into 2026 feeling all super and cool and all that jazz. That's the plan. I have made lots of lovely connections and friends and all kinds of things this year, and that has brought much in the sappy measure of things. It has brought much light and joy into my life, and that has made me very, very happy. That's given me I'm incredibly optimistic. I feel like I'm the most optimistic going into 2026 than I have been in a long time. Like I've got like ideas of what I want to do in life, and that's crazy. First time I feel like I'm not just milling about existing. I'm like, I am me, I am alive. There are people that love me and care for me. And it's very special. And like I realize by saying this on stream I'm gonna be like, it might end up making some people feel like, oh, that'll never be me. But I also thought, oh, it'll never be me. It always happens to someone else. Now I'm one of those someone else's, aren't I? Selfish of me, really. But yeah, it happened. So it can happen to you. I grabbed the screen when I the thing, but the screen isn't connected to the camera, so it doesn't matter. I can point as much as I want and just screen around. It can happen to you. Happiness can find you wherever you are. But you do have to put in the effort to look with it. Like, if I had not, I don't think I would have been here. Another cute VTuber, so it can't happen to me. It doesn't. That's being a cute VTuber is just one of the many avenues you can use to meet people. There are so many ways. I did it by being a cute VTuber. You could do it by some other way. There's so many options, and sometimes it's hard to find those options, but you can find those options. You feel. You just got to get out there. That's the thing. We have entered into an era of people just not being anywhere because there's nowhere else to be. So it is hard work. You got to do the hard work to be places where people are. I have just noticed something. Hang on, I'm distracted by an interactable I noticed. Hang on, I'll be back in a sec. Yeah! I have hot chocolate now. It's just sitting on the table in this house. I want to make you deserve the chest, so I'm richly owed. Oh, fear. Will never be me with the hot. Yeah. There. Take it. Receive hot chocolate. Oh no, the hot chocolate is a physical object. I stood on it. Headpats for God's the King. You have a hot chocolate now. Can I angle this so that the hot chocolate is like just in shot? I need to move the screen a bit. I want to put the hot chocolate so you're just looking over me. There, you have your hot chocolate now. Don't say I didn't give you nothing. I didn't step on your chocolate. That didn't happen. Stop talking. You have your hot chocolate now. Hands. Don't worry, I've got my own. I've got my own hot chocolate, so it's fine. Both hot chocolates together. And cheers. I'm holding this at a really odd angle. Thankfully, this hot chocolate has the power of floating, so it's easier. I'm doing good, Galaxy King. And I hope you get the chest you desire for you. Since you're both here in the chat, I can talk about. I can be like, yeah, you two nerds playing fucking Snatcher together. Every time, like every other line of dialogue that comes out of Gillian Seed's mouth, I'm just like, man, this guy really is the proto-bass type bass for Kaname Date from the Somnium Files. I'm sure I've seen like something compared to it, but like Gillian Seed is just like the earliest version of like guy who is the worst. Kind of the worst kind of pervert, but you kind of like affectionately love him anyway. And he solves crimes using an unconventional method. In Gillian's case, it's because he's looking for killer robots. In Date's case, it's because he's solving crimes with poking into people's dreams and subconsciousness. But yeah, if you like Snatcher, I probably would recommend you play the Somnium Files. If you enjoy having a protagonist who is kind of the worst, but you want to... He's just a normal Canadian hunter. They just say Ryo Cyber. I don't know Ryo Cyber. I haven't. I played the first. But I enjoyed it. Yeah, the second Nirvana Initiative is kind of like it's got good bits. It's got bad bits. It's kind of just like some of these bits are good. But also, what the fuck have you done to these characters? What the fuck are they doing? What the fuck? It's really difficult to recommend Nirvana Initiative because it's just like, well, it's got good parts, but also it's got bad parts. Like overall, I'd say I enjoyed it, but like I'm also just like, Okay, why did you do that? Why did you do that thing? And I hear like we kind of side one. No Sleep for Konami Date is okay. It doesn't like, it's not as, it doesn't reach the same kind of highs, but it doesn't like have massive problems. But it's a game because I haven't played it yet. I really should, just so I can like round out. And we'll have all the Nirvana the AI bits and bobs. AI the Somnium files, that is, not AI the thing just right there. Only Structure Experience is only a vinyl of the soundtrack you got at a con close to a decade. Ooh, that's still cool though. It is a very good soundtrack. Like incredibly good soundtrack. That I can give is bangers all around. Oh yeah, it might actually. That's a good point. It's probably like quite valuable now. Like, is that it's got the association, the like Konami association kind of deal, or Kojima association really. So it's probably a pretty decently valuable collector's item. So yeah, make sure you don't lose that. Ta-da! Yeah. I want to play games with friends more. I need to. As I said, I'm gonna be. It's one of those things where you say it in December and then you might not actually follow through. But I'm gonna say it anyway, which is I'm gonna try and fucking actually get my shit together and be more proactive about hanging with people. I'll probably start doing the thing I keep saying I'm doing, which is organizing the Shadowverse tournament, and also probably re-advertising doing Shadowverse lessons. So there was a bit of a slump. This is the Shadowverse ranting part of the thing. I'm gonna put the hot chocolate away because it's holding my hand. It's hurting my hands to grip it for so long to hold the button on the controller down. But yeah. Because I felt like, I don't know. I was feeling like, oh man, am I really good enough at Shadowverse to teach it anymore? But then like, I don't need to be that good. Like it's a bit. I have to remind myself that like holding up to myself to this, trying to hold myself up to the standard of I've got to be like in the the named class rating ranks and Grandmasters in my main class to qualify. Because it's really fucking hard to stay like in the is how the class ratings work in Shadowverse is like once you hit Grandmaster, you no longer have a group rating that's like overall skill. You're now divided by class, and those have different classifications. So you have the unmarked stuff, which is where most people are, which is if you have a class rating of below 1,650, and then once you go up there, it starts with and then you go back, it starts with epic. I can't remember if ultimate or legendary is actually. I think it's ultimate then legendary, and then once you get past a certain point in legendary, you get you're in the top 100, you reach beyond rank. So if you see anyone who is beyond rank is like crazy good. Because that's really hard. That's like you have to be. That is one of the top 100 players of that class in the world. And there's still a lot of people playing Shadowverse. Some people, occasionally you just see people going, "Oh, look, the Steam page is going down." And it's like, well, there's still so many people. I still come into so many people in the highest echelon ranks of the game. I'm still playing Grandmaster and looking at the total master rank, which is just like how high you compare, like basically top overall rating compared to players, and I'm like 80,000 or something last I checked. So I'm in the top 80. I'm like in the top 90,000 Shadowverse Worlds Beyond players in the world, and that's still a lot of people. That's a lot of people to be. It's not easy getting to Grandmaster. I'll tell you that. It takes a long time. And every month they reset it down, so it's not like it's permanent progress. But yeah. Yeah, I'll probably be opening that, but it's just like, I was so close. As I tweeted earlier, I was so close to getting back into epic rank. I got literally to 1 point away, and then I hit and I lost 2 matches in a row. And I think one of those, because it's one of those your typical MMR things where if you lose to someone who's lower rank, I don't know how like the actual things are calculated because it doesn't actually tell you your class ranking changes until you're at epic or above. Because it's just like, okay, it doesn't super matter, but you can check it occasionally as you want to. And yeah, like I lost 2 matches and dropped by like 100, and I'm like, fuck. So I wonder what like the ranking difference was there that just kind of like made it so that I lost a bunch of rank points. I don't know. As I said, it doesn't tell you the exact numbers, so I never really entirely sure how much you lose and gain from a win or a loss. I was like, there's probably a bunch of It's probably like your usual, like it's factored against your opponent's class rating or whatever. It is like there's a funny world of difference where it's like playing Shadowverse Grandmaster in your main class is hell. It's a battlefield. You're constantly evaluating your own self-worth with every match. But you play as an off class and you're just like, I'm gonna do whatever. I did stop playing Earthright Runecraft because it's one of those matchups where like the mirror is just miserable. Because it's really easy for both decks to stay out of it when you're Earthright Rune, because it's got such chunky healing. It's really good for it to stay out of the opponent's lethal range and also block their OTKs. And it just ends up being a battle of resources. And it's really pain in the goddamn ass. It's just like who runs out of stuff the most, who spent stuff unwisely, whatever. Like, there's still strategy to it, but it takes a long fucking time. And it's not fun. I mean, some people probably find it fun in times of like long-term decision making, but I'm just like, You're just sitting there, both players with 2 active Sandalphons in hand, and Lantham with like 10 Earthright stacks in the board, and just going, how the fuck am I ever going to kill my opponent? Which I think, like, if you've both got Lanthams on the board, it does kind of like reach a point where one person's going to kill the other because you're both just bonking face with her and losing life. If you're losing at least 5 life a turn, then that's going to close out the game. But like that's kind of hard to do, and also like realistically, one person's going to run out of Earthright stacks, and it's just like, and you're just going to feel like, if I'd drawn more stuff that helps me win, I would have won. But I didn't draw as much stuff that helps me win as my opponent did, so I lost. Which I guess you could like reductively say that about everything, but it's like it depends on a lot of decks. But yeah, I've mostly been playing Puppet now. It's like eggs is fun, but eggs is like it's hard to keep. It's just really hard against certain matchups. Like it struggles against both Swordcraft. Like it can do well against Swordcraft if you draw the. It's a very much you have to have a very specific start to be very strong against certain Swordcraft archetypes. Like you have if you're and it depends, and it also depends wildly on what type of Swordcraft you're playing against. Like. If you're playing against board, then you need your board control. If you're playing against loot, then you need your healing. And it's just, and like you do have it can work out if you get eggs decently fast against loot because you can stay out of their lethal range, but it's really hard, and the thing is the best way to deal with loot is to just both heal and put boards on the field, because if they don't draw enough congregants, then they don't have the removal to deal with your board, basically. And then sometimes you get against Evo, and that's Evo Sword is really hard as Egg Portal, because it's like unless you get like a really good you're kind of like very reliant on drawing as many congregants as possible because it's very hard to deal with CF on boards otherwise. And they have decent amounts of chunky healing from they usually have Gilneas, and they will always have Golden Knight. So they can usually survive long enough to get a board that sticks. And it's like, again, they're not like awful matchups, but they are like really, really painful. And like, again, eggs is just one of those decks where it's just like sometimes you feel like you lose more to your own draws than to your opponent. Because you're sometimes like, well, I would have won this if I'd gotten any fucking eggs. Sometimes you're like, I have 3 Congregants of Destruction in hand. What do I have on the board? Nothing, so these are useless. Ah. But yeah, Puppets is just a bit more consistent, and you've got easier access to burst damage. You can do a lot of burst damage with Puppets now. And just like better board control, because the current trend is Puppets with the Evo package. So you have some more like followers to board control. You've got the you've got the card draw from the Anne and Greer, not Anne and Greer, but that's the lesbians, Gran and Jita. And then you've got like Sandalphon as an additional finisher option, which means you're not completely hosed if you're out of Super Freevo points. And like usually you can actually do some Puppets does have access to some pretty good ways to clear boards and also play Sandalphon. Like sometimes you can, like even if it's something simple like Wide Assault or something. So yeah, it is in fact a pretty handy to have, and also like just having Sandalphon and Beelzebub is just really, really strong. I almost got the 20 damage Sandalphon, but my opponent died the previous turn. I was like, oh, if I want to set up the 20 damage Sandalphon, then that's just like wasting an extra turn because I have to play this Beelzebub and then hope they don't kill me. You're curious, it's literally just having 2 stacks of Beelzebub's effect on your opponent and then playing Sandalphon on an empty board. Because then he does 4 damage a shot 5 times rather. That's 20 damage. It's very funny. But usually in Portal, Sandalphon's doing 15. Which is still a lot. It's still a lot of damage, especially when you've probably whittled your opponent down with Orcus a turn or so before. Who's usually done like 12 to 15. Basically, Puppet Portal is all about having turns where you just go, okay, it's time to do 12 to 15 damage every turn. Deal with it, idiot. Very similar to Swordcraft, I guess, but Swordcraft requires a bit more setup. Puppet Portal just requires you to draw certain cards. Yeah, it would have been too greedy to do that. That's why I didn't do it. Because like, I can't remember what I was playing against, but it was definitely like not something I could afford to like have an extra. Or it wasn't. I was also like I was definitely within some level. I think it was like it might have been. It was definitely something that had. It was probably something that had Sandalph on it. Like a lot of decks now are running some level of Evo package. Like it's very it's just kind of useful because Bryn's a very efficient follower once he starts auto-evoing. Lyria's very good for fetching out your big splashy stuff. Then Gran and Jita are just really super versatile, so you don't even need their Skybound art, but it does help out a lot. And then at that point, you've got enough Evos. It's like I might as well put at least 1 copy of Sandalphon in the deck. And then usually you look at if your class has got any like reasonably versatile Skybound art options or Super Skybound art options, and you're like, yeah, I might as well put that in. Like either putting like Abyss, putting in like a single Belial or Portal and Chaos Legion. Here's another good one. Mm. Mm. Hi, Eddie. Yeah, we're in this cozy place. I have to be careful not to let my. Oh, yeah, I'm standing far enough away from the fire. I'm not gonna. Do not worry that about my hair catching fire. I know it is very long and beautiful, but that should not be a problem. What's the time? Time's up. But yeah, so I will be what? No, don't Home Alone me! I don't want to be attacked by various tricks and traps. That sounds very unpleasant. Why would you do that? Why would you do that, Izzy? What was I saying? Just checking. No, there are presents under the tree, but I cannot pick them up. Someone made the house. Yes, I bet they did. I bet they did. Would absolutely make a VRChat world based on Home Alone. But yes, I could do with a. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking what to talk about next. I'm running my mouth a bit, and now I'm just like, thing. I need to. I keep like naturally turning and then getting surprised when I'm like entwined in the cable and turned around completely. Just tree, Christmas tree, Christmas lights, Christmas presents. You can't see the Christmas presents; they're hidden behind your hot chocolate. What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm having some more hot chocolate. Yeah. Guess we'll have a look. There is something very fancy in this. One particularly fancy thing that I can in this what I can show off. Even if I change your camera, hang on. Look at me. Stay looking at me whilst I turn it up. Sorry, so we have a little kitchen here. Little fancy kitchen over here. Very nice, very nice. Come on over. Yeah. No, it's your floating hot chocolate. You finished your hot chocolate, right? Yeah. So if I press. Yes, we have a whole fancy coffee machine set up. I was looking through this. Really, it seems like it's got all the bits. Like, we've got our portafilter. We can just pop it on. Yep, it goes in there. And bring you closer in. And no, it's there we go. So I'm kind of like to the side. See. Move you a bit more level. There we go. That'll do. That will do. So yeah, we got this. See? And then we take we got a temper here. Temper the coffee. Pop the filter in. Get a mug. Espresso or let's go full coffee. Is that gonna work? Is that under the right? Has that even got the right? Hang on. It doesn't have a spout attached. That'd be a problem. Single spout, yeah. And then which of these buttons? Hot water. Oh no, that is not actually put the coffee out. Hang on. I fucked up. I didn't understand. I can't get the hot water out of the coffee cup. No, fucked it. Let's just take a different cup. I'll be fine. I know how to use the coffee machine, so needs espresso. Oh, I see. I see what I've done wrong. This requires an espresso cup. There we go. Now it works properly. There we go. Love the sound of a good cup of coffee. I guess, yeah, now we take a cup full of hot water. And then, because you make your espresso. Or do I just have an espresso now? Do I not? I wanted to see if I could do anything else with the espresso, but I guess not. I don't know how this machine works. It's a good espresso. It's a good espresso, slightly floating around. Ah, what am I doing? What the fuck? Why a delayed reaction to the coffee being way too goddamn hot? Fuck it. Into the sink with you. Does not go far enough into the sink for whatever reason. There's collision. This didn't work out as I planned. And there's juice. Let's have some just buzzing from the bonus. I'm assuming. Yeah. We got milk. Just testing things out. And we can pop all that, and we can... Oh, that's how I get the cappuccino out. You frost some milk. Alright, let's try this again. Let's make a cappuccino. How do I... Ah, there, yeah, that's how I empty the thing. Grind out some more coffee. Gotta tamp it down. I was wondering if this is because this is an espresso. It's on an espresso spout, maybe. Maybe I need to. Oop. Coffee cup went miles over here. Yeah, the espresso cup locked in place, but the coffee cup doesn't. Also, there's one button on here, sorry. It doesn't seem to do anything. I do not understand how this coffee machine works, sorry. There's a thing in there, there's the spout in there. How do I have a fucking... I need to put it in an espresso cup first, then? This is thrilling content of me trying to figure out how to work a coffee machine. I use a fucking AeroPress at home. I don't know any of this shit. I don't know how to operate shit and fuck. I just fucking pour it into a goddamn cup. Okay. Aha! We can. Okay, we have now got the coffee into a cup. And then we'll make a latte. Latte made! Not even latte arted itself. I hit my hair here, pugs like I behold! Instead of with the camera angle like that facing me, it's kind of hard to yeah. I need to double check where the tracking is going. Behold, a latte! Ah! Wait, that's the camera moving, not me. What else have we got in here? We got, some... Yeah! We got fucking cream on the latte! Let's fucking go. Let's get some fucking chocolate on there as well. I'm not gonna go too crazy. I'm not gonna put cinnamon on there. But, yeah, there we go. That's what we're talking about. A fucking sweet as hell latte with a bajillion things on it. I mean, it's just whipped cream and chocolate sprinkles, but you know, let me live. The shame it doesn't come with what would be really sick if it had like the action for putting like the whipped cream mustache on your avatar, but I imagine that's a very hard thing to do to have it like dynamically work like that. It's nice that even though it's finished off the whipped cream, it's left like, see if I can show this to you. It's left like some bits of whipped cream on the mug. That's attention to detail. It's incredible attention to detail. Yeah, like I think this whole thing is like a prefab set because I think I remember seeing it. If anyone remembers my the birthday stream, the hangout place I went to there, I think that had this same kind of setup, but with a lot less stuff. So it might have been running like an earlier or lighter version of this coffee prefab thing. Like you can see the menus. That's like explains what the that's like the credits. The menus are basically the credits for the prefab. Oh, espresso and a latte. I'm gonna fucking bounce off the walls, not sleeping tonight. Oh. There's even juice. I do want to experiment with something. I wanna see. Hang on. You go over here so you can see. You can see. Yeah, there, look, we've got a juice set up here. I wanna see if it actually works. Our glass cup. That's all. I see. You just push it in for the ice, and then right. Lemon. And a squeezer. It does actually juice the lemon. So wiggle it about a bit. Okay, I probably don't want to go full. I think it's actually it wants me to put water in now. So cap off the water. There we go, lemonade. Really, really basic fucking lemonade. Cheers. You can have this. I've had so much coffee. You can have the winter lemonade. Make sure I'm I'm still facing the right way. It's just this so the lemon itself is not. Yeah, so I put that. But there's your lemonade, chat. I had 2 cups of coffee. You get a lemonade with just like a shitload of lemon juice and sparkling water. I hope that's okay. No sugar, by the way. That's just lemon juice and sparkling water, baby. Do I even have there isn't actually there's like a bunch of other fruits, but there's no. Yeah, that's grape juice and that's preserved strawberry. There's no like actual sugar to add to it. So I hope you enjoy the extremely bitter taste of pure lemon juice and sparkling water. But yeah, it's a neat. It's one of these neat things, and was a cool little time waster. Also, I try and think of something else to talk about, which I can't. It's all a right lark, isn't it? Just hanging out, chilling, looking out at the winter wonderland out the window. Can you see? You can just see a tree. It's just you've just got the angle to see a tree out there. But it is an endless abyss of mountain and snow. Don't you worry. Hang on. Oh no, your lemonade. I might need to adjust your lemonade. Just because I need you to have it in a better position to actually talking to. Like, eye level with me, eye level with me. There we go. There. There's your lemonade. I feel too dangerous here, just like being able to put drinks right in your field of view. I feel like this is a dark power that will awaken something in someone. Depends what the drink. As long as I keep it to like nice, wholesome drinks like lemonade and hot chocolate, it should be fine. Hi, Zero Luck. And yeah. There is an oven here, but I don't think it's got functionality. I think the only thing that has functionality is all the cafe bits. Because again, that's a prefab. No comment. Yeah, call you. I know where you put your comments, Isaac. Why am I being like this? Why am I like this? Why am I so silly? Because I am. Because I have warmth and joy in my heart. It's funny looking out across the. Well, I'll just do a quick. Just turn the camera around. Because of course I know the hot chocolate mugs are just floating in the air back there. Because of course they are just like floating objects, so you don't have to worry about dropping the damn things. Ooh, head pat, as everyone will say, head pat whilst you sip your lemonade. Hang on. Oh, it does. You still have to have it like close to your mouth to actually drink the content. So, and I would never steal your lemonade. So, because if I have another drink, I'm really going to need to pee. I've had 2 coffees and a hot chocolate. I'm running enough risks as it is. I like finding. Yeah. Very handy to. I've memorized how to trigger the smiling face on this. Glug glug glug, yes, enjoy. Delicious lemonade. Remember, it is pure lemon juice and sparkling water. There is no sugar in that. There's also like what most Americans wouldn't really consider proper lemonade because it's fizzy, but it's a lemon soda without any sugar, I guess. You want to be for my American audience. Because I'm aware in America they're just like, we shall call it lemonade because it's made of lemons. Gross! Oh, you don't like it anymore. You don't like the sparkling lemon. Well, fine. I'll have it then. Hmm? Can't. It's got a little drink prompt, but nothing's actually. Hmm? Okay, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the drink prompt's on the trigger. That's just Fuego de Lemon. Fine. If you're going to be pedantic, no lemonade for anyone. Apparently not lemonade for anyone, because despite the fact that having a drink prompt, I cannot drink it. Maybe. Oh, and I know what it needs. The straw. It ate the straw. I put a straw in there, and it just vanished. Can I drink it now? No. Straw is gone. Straw has disappeared into the aether. Hang on, let me try a different straw. Try this one. This one looks like it's a plastic straw. Nope. The straw is simply obliterated on. Ah, limonada. Yeah. Yeah. Straw is simply obliterated on contact. Maybe there's something out of order. Maybe you have to put the straw in first. Maybe if I put it away from the other glasses. Hang on, we're doing science here. We're figuring out how this works. Right, we have straw. No, whatever I do, the cup instantly obliterates the straw. I wonder if I've done something out of order and it's not working properly. Maybe if I take an empty. Let's take an empty glass. What happens is we try and put a straw there. Yeah, okay. Alright, it wants me to put the straw in first. This is an because we have not put the straw in first, this is an undrinkable glass of lemonade, sorry. Into the sink with it. Right, let's go with. Sorry, you have to see the back of me because I can't get a good angle on this. I could get a good angle on this, but let's go with. What is this? Blood orange? Grapefruit? Hard to tell. It doesn't label it. Oh, it is a grapefruit. Some grapefruit. Yeah, sparkling grapefruit. That'll do. Now. This should be drinkable. Here. Yep. No, I can't drink it. Still can't drink it. Still doesn't work. I'm pressing the buttons and it's not drinking. Undrinkable lemonade. Terrible. It's not like reducing the volume any. Ah, well. It was good for a laugh. I guess it's maybe probably the like juice drinks parts is slightly separate. Actually, no, it is all under the same person, but maybe they haven't got the drinking part of the juice working properly. Oh well. Oh well, oh well, oh well, oh well. What else is? What's there to talk about? I realize there's some kind of weird shading effect going on. I wonder if that's part of the sweater. Nope. Hang on, I need to check where I'm actually facing. Nope, I'm facing the right way. Why is the tracking going a bit funny? Maybe I was too far away. I don't know. The myths, the magical world of VR tracking remains a mystery to me. I think I need to. I've been standing up for a while. Let's go Let's go sit down by the fire. Be with you shortly. I'll have to remove the floating. Shouldn't it be better if you were sitting there, I think. I just need to re-level your pitch out. Alright. I need to... there's, and... oh god, the seating on... I might be too tall to sit here. I'm gonna sit in... this one... why am I so tall? Okay, I'm not sitting down apparently. On these chairs, because they don't know how to handle me being huge. You get to sit down, but I don't. Because I like bend down. If I try and sit down... hang on. Give me a second. I need to get... alright. How's this going to look? I mean, I'm outside the fucking player. Oh god, it's having a mental breakdown, never mind. Oh yeah, maybe turn off the chair collider. Good idea. Nope, it is matching the chair to my foot, but it's okay. I can just... now this looks weird because now I'm crouching down. I need to get the, I need to install, like, actual sitting animations on this. But, oh well. Am I now on... oh, there's the sitting and standing detection in VRChat is a bit wobbly. Oh, anyway, I need... hang on, I will bring the screen over here so I can actually interact with the camera. Stand like G did. Okay, we're both standing up now. We're both just gonna stand here facing this side of the house now. I guess. That's what we're doing now. That's how this is working out. Because I need to... I really need to sort out headset strategies. I don't know why sometimes it's really uncomfortable and sometimes it isn't. Sometimes, like... it's only been, like, an hour and it's kind of, like, starting to dig into my hair. I don't know, maybe it's just a case of bad positioning. Because, like, I used to... maybe I do just need a new strap. But I don't want to get a new strap because, like... a strap for the headset, before ISV makes a comment. You gotta be careful around you. I thought it, but knew better. No, thank you. And I ruined that. I ruined it for you by preempting it anyway. But yeah, no, it's just like it's hard. Sometimes it's just like it doesn't. It's fine. Next time you'll say it. Well, you know. But yeah, it's just hard to get the headset to stay comfortable for whatever reason. And sometimes it's like I can wear it easily for like it usually it doesn't start getting uncomfortable until at least like I've been wearing it for like 2 to 3 hours. But now it's starting to get really itchy and painful after just 1 hour. So I wonder what the hell's up with that. Maybe it is simply just... is it too tight? Is it not tight enough? I don't know. Probably too tight, actually. Reducing the tightness... the thing is, if I don't know... it's one of those things that's like... adjusting the tightness is like... stops it slipping around. If they do it too tight, it starts to hurt. Like, I can't win. I suppose it's probably better having to slightly adjust it every now and then than it is to actually be in physical pain. Can't think of it, so I should probably err on the side of not quite as tight to the adjustment thing. Like, it's got. This is the thing is, like, I miss the one thing I miss about my old headset is it had very it had the very elasticated straps, and it was very good at staying on the face. Maybe I should get like a cushioning part so that it rests on my face more, because the base PlayStation VR bits doesn't actually like rest on your face at all. It's all in the headband. The face bit is just like a shroud to block out the light, whilst in other headsets they usually have like a proper gasket that like squeezes onto your face. But that can also, the problem with that is then it gets really, really sweaty in there. Like, no, they get sweaty in the doesn't get sweaty in the PSVR one, but it gets sweaty a lot faster. But you can like adjust. You can have the headset sitting a bit further off your face than usual. I think I have run out of shit to say. I was hoping to do like a decently longer stream, but I guess like an hour of chatting is usually fine. Like, this is the thing is, like, I always find it kind of amusing. Hi, bastard. I'm kind of like winding down, but I found a new thing to talk about. Like, one thing I've always found kind of interesting is like the kind of people. A lot of people talk about like the average behaviors of a Twitch stream versus a YouTube stream. One of the things they say they do a lot is that comes up a lot is the idea of how much people talk before a stream. And it's like on YouTube, this is specifically in VTuber streaming. I think it also applies to most streamers in general, not just VTubers, but like it is often said in the context of VTubing. Whereas like on YouTube, you tend to go straight into the game that you're streaming or event you're streaming, whilst on Twitch it's very common for people to spend like some amount of time rambling on the yapping section, the zatsudan bit, as people say. And there's like I've always found like putting myself on the spot when I try and like have too many try and like talk before a stream. I just want to, when I sit down at stream, I want to play the game, which makes me think sometimes maybe I would have been better off if I started on YouTube. But I think like the community, especially the general sense of community on Twitch, is better a lot, especially for an indie VTuber. Like, it's much easier to find people on Twitch and find other like-minded people and stuff. So I think that's kind of like why indie VTubing is more of a thing on Twitch than it is on YouTube. I see a lot of indie YouTube VTubers struggle a bit more. So I don't know. That doesn't really mean anything. It's not like I'm changing anything. It also means like when I do streams like this where I'm getting all my chatting out of the way, basically. I do sometimes feel like, am I actually doing enough? Am I doing enough chatting? I'm not going to kick Yeti. That's not even a funny joke. God, no. Jesus. It's a miracle Kick is even alive at this point. I guess it takes a bit longer for the money well to dry up a bit, but that's not going to stick around. At least I hope it isn't going to stick around. But maybe it is, I don't know. But yeah, no, never. I'd like to be surrounded by people who want to kill me, maybe. But no. Yeah. It's just like it's every time Kick is brought up in anything, it's usually because someone's done something fucking awful. Someone on the platform has done something awful, or just how awful the platform overall really is. And yeah. It's where all the bastards that get banned from YouTube and Twitch go, basically. It's like some people get banned from YouTube and Twitch for bad reasons, because their moderation is shite, but a lot of people do get banned for legitimate reasons. Yeah, I can only chat so much even in a just chatting stream. One of the things I do want to like actually start remembering to do is like partially for sanity's sake, but also partially just like remembering things that have happened is start like just like either start like a mini note diary of some kind, because then I feel like that'll help me remember like stuff that I want to talk about during the week, want to talk about on stream, like on these streams, and like was also just like it can be pretty good for your mental health just doing like a little diary, especially how you're feeling and stuff. It's a fairly standard practice, so I might that's another thing for next year to consider. That it's like it's hard to remember to do like any kind of like forming any kind of new habit. It's hard to like remember to do it, but it's important to try. And then if you fail at doing it, you just try again. That's the important thing. It's very easy to get lost in a loop of, well, oh, I failed last time, so why bother? I'll just fail this time. So it's like, no, especially if it's not something that committal, just like doing a bit of exercise each day or something, or keeping a diary or whatever. You just have to think about, okay, I'll just try and stick to it again this time. Eventually one day it might well, but even if it doesn't stick, you've still made the effort, and that's also good for your mental health. Making effort to improve and to make your life better is a very good part. It's a very good part of improving your mental health. Just stay in being like, just you gotta keep trying. That's the point. That's my rote advice for today. Is you keep trying. You keep trying, eventually things will stick. And you'll be happy. Maybe. Well, no, we can't ever say you'll ever be truly happy, because true happiness is, of course, an ethereal concept that will require true enlightenment to escape, and we are all too attached to material possessions at this point in time. So unless you can, like, go to some kind of achieve enlightenment in somewhere in Tibet. Hey, that's a link to the Tomb Raider stream tomorrow. Then yeah, you're not really gonna be like, they're not gonna reach that kind of like profound happiness where everything, you have no connections to the mortal world, and thusly you can not care about all the woes. But that's also like not really an existence. Like you can, some people you can enjoy having that, but it's like you're not going to have a very interesting life like that. Basically, it's the thing. But I think with that bit of profound wisdom, yeah, is that it's very the peace sign is basically whenever I am touching any of the buttons or analog stick on the right on this controller. So it's very, if you're wondering why I keep doing it so easily, that's why. Firstly, that point, I'm very angry, but that's I have to deliberately press the button there. But yeah, I'm very excited for next year. Obviously, I will be still got some streams of the week. I'll be finishing off Tomb Raider 2 tomorrow. There's an interesting gimmick in the next level, so look out for that. And then on Thursday, which will be my last stream of the year, I will be doing a full playthrough of Parasite Eve, as I have decided is my tradition to do on Christmas. Maybe I'll allow people to hop into voice chat. I don't know. I'll see how I'm feeling on the day, really. So don't like put it aside in your diary if you want to hang out. Just like, the stream's starting a bit earlier because I know like a playthrough of Parasite Eve takes like 6-ish hours, so I want to make sure I actually get it done. And I'll make sure I've got like an easy dinner to have in the middle of it, or just have dinner early. Both of these things are possible. But I think it's probably time. Leave I move on. The fucking floating hot chocolate was behind me the whole time. Put that away. Put that with the floating hot chocolate of the chat. But yeah, I think I'm done for today. I think I've had enough. Is Earth we all zoom over here? Unfortunately, Unfortunately, it seems that we are still snowed in, so you will have to stay here for the night. There's a bed here, but hang on. Where's my controls? I want to do this better if we do this. So that, so I'm in the middle. Yeah, so I'll be getting the bed upstairs. Burger Yar on our Yar, what's your favorite go-to burger? I'm a very plain. I like burgers, but I'm very. It really depends on the situation, I guess, for burgers. Also, that is a. I don't know really why I'm humoring a first-time chat question. Like that always seems like mildly. Hang on, I need to put the coffee stuff away. Oh, yeah, that always just saying that always seems like floating things. That first-time chat being some weird inane question does kind of strike me as a little psychotic. I'm just going to say. I mean, it's a good question, but usually for a first-time chat, it's like you're expecting like a hi or hello or I think you look nice. Just opening with a kind of non sequitur question, like tells a lot about someone. It tells you that I like burgers and I like them with bacon usually, but no gherkins. I always have to ask people to take gherkins off burgers. That's my main burger preference. Is almost any burger without gherkins on it. But anyway, I'm off. You're too late to learn too much about me. I've said my burger preferences. I'm out of here. You have this no fucking pickles. I don't like pickles in my burger. I don't like pickles. I am not. I can point with this hand because I'm being angry about it. Well, if you're gonna come in and ask the question once I'm done with the stream setup, you're going to get banned. By the way, because if you come in and just ask a question and then like that, and then like insult, say I suck for my own personal preferences. Okay, you've apologized for it. Okay, you get to live. I'm just saying that is psychotic behavior. You are. It's not a good first look. Rome W07. Anyway, I'm going off. I'm going to. I am aware that people can like burgers. But you got to be prepared to accept people for their own opinions for something like burgers. You can't just be like, you can't just be like fucking, oh, you suck for not liking this certain thing. You got to be open-minded about, like, it's just food. It's not something that you need to make a value judgment about someone about. That's my advice. Anyway, bye. Stick around if you want to for the raid whilst I sort everything out because obviously I can't do the things. Bye. Mm.